All right, here we go. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Ham Radio Crash Course. Right on time, right at 7 p.m., as always. Or at least I try to. We have a action-packed show for you today. How can it be action-packed when we're talking about logging? Well, hold on to something, even if it's your HT or your Baofeng, whatever it is. What's up, everybody? I am Josh Nass, KI6NAZ, also known as Hosh Nasi. Thanks for tuning in. Have a, should be an interesting show if I can keep it all together. Crazy show. Big shout out to Quirky QRP. Quirky QRP right there has given us a whole satchel of Quirky QRP keychain radios to give away. So if you want in on the giveaway, you need to go to Discord and go to the giveaway channel and click the horn. And see, the numbers are just going right up. We're already 40, 41, 40, 41, 41. So make sure you check that out. These are cool. I've demoed this before in another one, but another stream. You already with the coughing. You connect a 9-volt battery and an antenna to the SMA, and you use this as a little key, built-in key, a little nice mini transmitter. Very cool. Thank you very much, Quirky QRP. And their link is in the description if you're interested in picking up one of their radios. So again, thanks for that. So after we'll do a Dream Johnson says not a fan of Discord. I am, or Dean Johnson, not Dream Johnson. Sorry, man. This is the best way to do it, believe it or not. You got to make sure you click the horn though. Smiley faces and Z's are okay, but keep that in mind. Call-ins. We'll do call-ins towards the end of the show when we give this sweet little radio away, which is going to be 10 minutes before the end of the show at 7:50. And we will, of course, do our Discord after chat, which we have on Discord. It is a voice chat and a text chat. It's going to be a lot of fun, so keep that in mind. Got a couple of news items. Let me switch right over. Oh, no, you know what? Before that. New segment. FCC government shutdown. Post in the chat if you got your technician license recently and you're waiting for the government to start up again before you can get your license. I'd like to say my condolences to you. So if that's you in a nutshell, I'll wait for that to come in while I pour out the Brew Crew brew. Let's see. We've got, I believe I haven't reviewed this or talked about this. The Ommegang 3 Philosophers, barrel-aged 3 Philosophers, which is quite a good beer. Very, very staple beer. So make sure you check that out if you haven't. Oh, and the thing just broke. How old has this thing been sitting in there? It's been sitting around for a while. Passed my general yesterday. Stay calm, right on. What's up? So yeah, AGs, you're good to go. The 3 Philosophers is any guess? I want to venture a guess at what the 3 Philosophers is. Have I tried moose drool? I have not. We've got someone. Charles Mojica says that just got tech license waiting for the fools to open. Yep. This is a quadruple. It's a quad. It's a Belgian quadruple ale. I forgot if it was a triple or a quad, but looking at the color, that makes it pretty clear. Oh, a lot of people supporting the moose drool in the chat. Well, very good. Okay, so news time. Let me go over here. This is the Quirky QRP ham radio, keychain ham radios that I mentioned. They're available on Etsy, so check that out. News. The January VHF contest is going on tomorrow. It goes through the weekend. So, basically things to know. Any frequencies above, basically any authorized frequencies above 50 megahertz is good for the contest. So, now is the time. If you're interested in checking that out, it'd be a good time to do it. Also, I believe, I could be wrong, there is a FM only characteristic, I believe. I could be wrong. I thought somebody mentioned that. I could be wrong. I think I am wrong. Someone asked, Carl asked, is it true you have a beer room and a radio room? No. No, it is not true. Gomez asked, any Baofeng news? No. And I doubt we're going to hear any as the government is shut down. So we're not going to hear anything back on FCC issues because they're closed. So they're not communicating. What other news do we have? A couple of other news items. Where did it go? There it is. Jeep Talk Show podcast is wrapping up our second set of little segments that I put together with him. This one's on kind of starting out, getting your technician license, and recommending some good radios for first-timers. It is the Jeep podcast, so I did include some mobile radios in that discussion because I think new Baofeng makes... Zach comes in with a joke, hot on the chat. Breaking news, Baofeng makes a $50 HF radio. HF is now dead. Yeah, and if you hold down the emergency button, it just goes wee 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 on whatever band you're on, so that's great. Gentleman Scofflaw podcast. I mentioned this last week. I'm waiting for that podcast to go live, so check them out, gentlemanscofflaw.com. And W5KUB, I was on there this week, Tuesday this week, and I was on there with Jason, Ham Radio 2.0. It was fun to finally talk to him. We could actually talk to each other. That was pretty cool. A lot of talk about hotspots and that kind of stuff, so I enjoy a hotspot, and the shack photos are always fun and interesting. And shout out to OH8STN, just posted a winter emergency setup for Winter Field Day. Very good, well put together video, so check that out. I'm sure he's going to do a series of videos based off of the content he made. That's kind of what he does, which I love, so check that out. As far as upcoming videos, I have an exclusive product review video that I am putting together, so that should hopefully be out soon. I'm very excited about that. So, well, why are we here? Well, we're here about logging. Logging is when you make a contact, ham radio, you want to record it somewhere. As they used to do in ye olden days, you would send out QSL cards, right? And they would have pertinent details on the back, like the contact you made, when you made it, the day, the time of the year, the band, what the receiving signal quality was, and what your reported output or your reported input was, and what they told you your receive strength was. And people used to collect these. There's people who still have, binders full of these OMs out there with all their QSL cards. It's great. People still do it. I think QSL cards are cool. That's obviously mine. I send them out. If we make a contact and you send me one, I will reply back with a QSL card. So people started going, well, we got the internet now, so why can't we just upload all of our logs? And that's kind of the way things have been going. We are looking at QRZ.com. QRZ.com, you can log directly into this website, which is absolutely fine. You can also upload your log ADIF files, .adif or .adi files, to QRZ.com, and it will propagate your log for you. That's what I do. There's a very easy way to do that. I don't really want to show my settings on a live stream, but if you just click settings and go to upload or import, that's how you do it. And you point it at your file. I'll show you where files go, but generally it's going to change depending on which logger you use. And we're going to look at a couple of today. Woo, a little gassy. Donald says, that was a good roundtable Tuesday night. Thank you very much. Greetings from Indiana, says Dan Hughes, getting ready for a blizzard tomorrow. Man. Patrick Dickey says, I have a few shortwave and AM radio stations. So I don't have any of those. I wish I had more of those. I think I have like one or two, but I wish I got more involved. I was kind of a kid when I was like listening to shortwave and AM, and I didn't have the wherewithal to go, you mean if I send them an envelope with an envelope in it, they'll send me back a card? Like, it didn't make any sense to me. I don't Mr. Jixa says, I don't log anything. I just find their address and poop on their lawn. Okay. If you're on HF, that's going to be a fun travel. You're going to be all over the country, particularly if you're doing FT8. So I want to show you the web, some of the web tools. This is basically, like I said, QRZ. If you click... so I'll just type mine in. If you type in your call sign or a call sign and click Add QSO, it'll give you certain details to it you can do, but we're not going to do that. You can basically log what you want to do here. You can type in a call sign like KG6HQD. And you can actually just do a log from that. Log a new contact, click the button, and you can go in there and add the details. So pretty straightforward to use QRZ if you have a limited number of contacts. But if you're working over the weekend and just killing it making contacts, you're better off just uploading a file. Now, I will point this out because this deserves its own video. This is Logbook of the World. These are my QSOs. I'm actually in the awards area right now. I haven't uploaded in a while, so I have to do that. But I should make an actual video on this. My last contact was to Japan on. That's not right. That's nowhere. That is not right at all. Anyway, I don't know what's going on with that. But Logbook of the World is just like QRZ, but this one's put out by the ARRL, and it's attached to your awards. So, like, if you want to get worked all states, let me see. I haven't uploaded, like I said. I think I've completed this, but we'll see in a second. Yeah, I'm 47 states out of 50 on worked all states mixed right now, meaning mixed mode, 20 meters, 10 meters, 40 meters, all that. Basically, by logging and uploading this to the internet, you can get these awards, and they're just for bragging rights. For example, if I go back to my QRZ page, KI6NAZ, you can see I have grid, 2, United States, counties, world friendship, and I think I'm like 2 off from getting my worked all states. In fact, why don't, you know what? We're going to try it. Let's do this really quick. Let's see if there's anything in here that you shouldn't see. Hold on. Let me go back to me. I am going to... Yeah, you probably shouldn't see that. I'm going to import... I don't know that you'd be able to see this anyway. Let me... Hold on. Always best when you do this live on video, right? Or not. Maybe I won't do this. I kind of wanted to see if I could do it live and show you how the awards work. Because you basically, that's part of the reason why we do this, is we want to get the awards or have the fun with doing that. RumLog. No. No. I'm looking in the chat now. Where's my link? Oh, well. Let me just show you what it looks like when you actually apply for them. Let me get out of there. Okay. Sorry about that. So, under awards, there's an awards thing on the top here. If you click on that, click your logbook. And these give you, those are the awards that QRZ.com has. 50 states, worked all 50, DX World, World Continents, Grid Squared. So if you click on 50 states, you can see the breakdown. This is mine. In fact, I think this 45 out of 50, I'm 47 out of 50 on Logbook of the World. And I think I'm not far. I think I actually, when was the last time? No. I think I haven't uploaded this in like 2 months, so. All these little green spots are confirmed QSOs, meaning someone uploaded a contact to match my contact, and it turned my contact green. And anything yellow is unconfirmed, or I don't have it, like Connecticut and Delaware, pain in the butt states. Maine, pain in the butt state for people in Southern California. Okay, so you get the idea. This is part of the reason why we do this. A lot of it is just because we want to have these cool contacts. Like I have Ducey in the logbook. And I have Baker Island in the logbook. Baker? Yeah, Baker Island in the logbook. I will show you this last one. So this is EQIcell. I have to show you this because it is such an interesting website. This is the same kind of website as a QRZ.com or Logbook of the World, but it has a very kind of GeoCities feel to it. But they have QSL cards that you can look at, and I'll show you. Ham Radio Patrick asks, does digital count? I can give you a talk group where you can get main. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, wait, digital? No. Like DMR? No, FT8 works, though. Yeah. So, let's take a look. My inbox is flashing, so let's click on that. Let's see. I've got a whole bunch of stuff coming in. January, I got 10. Did I get that? I think so. Let's see. So I got a couple of QSL cards. They were all on FT8. And let me get a good Riddy Roundup contact. Okay, let's display this. This is AB6RT. Oh, you can't see that. Hold on. Of course, it opened up in a separate, no. There it is. So there's AB6RT's QSL card. And so you can look that up. It's pretty cool. All right, so that's EQIcell. So you got the idea a little bit. We do this so that you can keep track of this stuff, have a little bit of fun. But how do you do it? Well, there's a multitude of ways. The first way I'll cover is the tried and true paper log. It's paper! It's paper! So if we're ever in water world, you know, this will be the most valuable log. Pretty simple. You're going to put your date, your time, the frequency used, the mode, single sideband, CW, FT8, the station you worked, the report that you sent. You were 5'9". They came back and said, you're 5'5". You write that down. Because you have to have something that you map it to, right? You got to say 5'5", 5'9", whatever. And you got to match, right? Because otherwise it's a broken contact, broken queue. And then comments could be really good signal or the low signal report. I've had signal string 3s that come in and they sound amazing. So what do you do with these? You put this in your QRP bag. Take that out in the field when your phone doesn't work. That's a really good backup. I will say, though, this is not a very good option for doing CW. The reason is, unless you're really good, I'm not. I am poor at CW. So I need something that I can actually write on and have space. So I use field notes. And so that's so I can just write on these blank pages as I'm decoding. Makes things a lot easier. And a step up from that, write in the rain tablets. Write in the rain tablets are the ham radio best friend, particularly, oh my, you're looking on my green screen here. There we go. Can we fix it? There we go. Write in the rain tablets are really, really good for ham radio logging. Just remember you need the date and time, you need the call sign, you need the report sent and received, and you can work CW with this, so it's great. This one is the worksite one, which there's another one for CERT team members, which is another good one as a reference guide. So Brad KI7BN says, I have a P.O Box on my license because I don't get mail at my physical address. So I also have a P.O Box mapped to my address or my call sign, which I like because then if I get QSL cards, they send me an image. The USPS, I have them set up so they just notify me when I get something in my P.O Box, which is awesome because I can have everything sent there. It's really nice that way. So yeah, and so if you've worked a contact with me, if you want, send me, if you don't want to send me a QSL card, send me something in the mail, like a self-addressed stamped envelope, and I'll throw one in the mail for you if you've worked a contact before. I'll just double check, write the details in there, because I'm sure a lot of us have worked contacts. Okay, so next. Well, what's next if you want to step up from paper? And we're going up from paper, trust me here. So the next thing, oh, I should probably, as always, I forgot to do that. So the second thing I use, and this is my primary logging method when I'm doing a soda activation or I'm mobile, like the time I was doing the Riddy Roundup from the park, I was using this 7.3 HamLog there in the lower right-hand corner. So pretty straightforward, very Spartan, and that's good, I think. I think that's really good. What you do here, so these are just some contacts from the last soda, the quote-unquote failed soda, where I was barely able to activate it because I had such a tough time with those vertical antennas. But you just click the little plus sign. It's constantly tracking the time, so you can keep clicking now, and the now will constantly set to now until you complete the contact. In my case, I'll type in my call sign, KI6NAZ, and hit lookup. And if you have internet, which this should, oh no, it shouldn't because I just disconnected it. Derp. Lookup. Yeah. So there it populates the information, Josh Nass, Cerritos, etc. So it auto-populates 5959 because that's what a lot of people do when they are contesting. It makes it easier. I don't necessarily appreciate a 5959 call, but when you're contesting, that's the status quo because it makes that part of the transfer easier. Giving the guy a 5.5 or a 5.3 or a 4.5 or whatever is some extra thing he has to type in the heat of the moment. And if you've ever done field day or you've worked any number of contests, you know that it can be pretty jarring to just keep track of all that. And once you get in a groove, you want to make it easy, as I'll show you, because one of the loggers I'm going to show you is my contest logger of choice. Beer Boss says, "Hi Josh, hi everyone from North Carolina. I test tomorrow, so wish me whatever." Right on. I wish you a happy and successful whatever. But no, seriously, good luck. Okay, team view. All right, this one is a little, we're not going there yet. Oh no, you know what? I jumped the gun. I want to go back here. Okay, so my next log that I'll show you, I'll finish up with Ham Radio Deluxe because it deserves the most amount of time. It is a very fully featured application, and it deserves its own video, to be honest with you. And there are plenty of videos like setting it up for your radio. It is a very, very cool program, and I wouldn't just call it a logger. I would call it a Ham Radio Suite. I mean, it is called Ham Radio Deluxe, so keep that in mind. Here's my primary log that I use on my Mac. So for you Mac users, this is a very good way to go. This is RumLogNG, all one word, RumLogNG. It can connect to your radio, so it will measure the frequency in use, the mode that you're using, and it will fill out some details because it is connected to the internet. So if I do my call sign KI6NAZ, boom, it should, zoom right over to me and say, here's my information down in the lower right-hand corner because it is connected to the internet, which is perfect. What you can also do with this is you can go back through. Richard Talbert asks, Hosh, how do you sync your logs? Sync them like between applications? Is that what you mean? Oh, K8MRD Radio Stuff says, I have so much trouble using RumLogNG. Perhaps a setup video. Maybe that's in order. I found this one of the easier applications to set up. Now, I don't do a ton with it. I focus on just the logging aspect of it and the reading off from the computer. Right now, it's not showing anything because it's connected to my my laptop, my 7300, which I'll show you in Ham Radio Deluxe. But the concept is basically, if you can connect your logger to your computer, it's a really good idea to do that because then it takes a lot of the guesswork out of it. And at any moment, you really just need to focus on the time that the contact went on and then the signal reports, right? Makes sense. I realized that's why it's so hot in here because the vent is not open. I am dying. I will be right back. Okay, wow. I was wondering why it felt like it was like 10 degrees hotter and I was dying. And of course, because the vent was closed. Wow, it got really hot in here. I need to take a drink. Okay. So, the thing that makes RumLogNG, Ham Radio Deluxe, any of the computer logging systems pretty neat is that they can interface with things like FT8, WSJTX. When you have it set up correctly, and I won't go into too much details here because it probably does deserve its own video. So just briefly, manufacturer, ICOM. Oh, great. Cancel that. I don't want it to save. Did it save? I just undid everything, I think. No, it didn't. Type is 7300. Serial. PTT, we're not using PTT because I'm not having it key the radio. I'm letting WSJTX do it. And you can leave in some of the other fields. Because To be honest, I'd rather the digital application be the one keying the radio and doing that kind of stuff. But what you can do with WSJTX and other loggers is you can have the digital application sync with the logger, which when you go to log the contact, like WSJTX will oftentimes post up a message saying, hey, do you want to log this? And you click yes. Oh man, it's whip grease. We'll not be taking the shirt off today. It is winter. Maybe in the future we'll do a poolside ham radio crash course. That might be fun. I should put that down on the list. Put that down for summer. We'll do a poolside live stream, and we'll end it with just pushing all the equipment in the pool. That would be fantastic. So you use applications like WSJTX to initiate the log into your logger. You get them connected so that all you have to do when you get that pop-up, you click the button and the log goes from WSJTX. It logs it locally too, so you have a backup, but it goes into RumLogNG, so you keep all of them together. So I was asked earlier, how do I connect all my logs or sync all my logs? And the answer is I don't necessarily. It depends. So for FT8, it's almost always in RumLogNG. For 73 HamLog, that's usually for SOTA. You can go through and import ADIF files. Or, sorry, let me go back actually and show you this. I don't want to forget this. There we go. So you can export. And that allows you... Where is the export? Did I pass it? Oh, man, there's so many options. I love this app. You can go to export log entries, and then you can say email ADIF, CSV, SOTA CSV, EQIcell CC. So this app is awesome because you can export it into whatever, and then once you have that file, you can just suck it into whatever app you're using. So I'm a big fan of that app. And then you basically just connect it back to your logger app, which you go to Logbook, and you can just import an ADIF file. So on your contest logger, like I'll show you shortly, the one I use when you're out in the field, you just export that as an ADIF, and you can suck it into your primary logger, like RumLogNG, or Ham Radio Deluxe does the same thing. So the idea is, a lot of this is kind of fluid now. You just need to get the export file out and in some way that you can then put it into whatever mode you want, which is great. I mean, it's kind of what you want. You want the modularity of not being restricted to one application, but also one application is not what you want for certain applications. Case in point, RumLogNG is great for at the home, but when you are using this, right, so you're up here and you're, okay, I got to type in my frequency, although that gets set if you've got it connected to your radio. I got to tab over and I got to go 5959. I got to go over here, okay. And you're tabbing through all these fields, right, and then you hit save QSO. It's a lot of wasted time. You wouldn't want to do that for a contest. So what do I recommend for a contest? Let's go back to my Windows laptop and I'll show you what I recommend. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Oh my gosh. Why did you not start? Okay. Oh, there you are. Okay. So what I use is N3F, right? N3FJP. N3FJP has a contest logger for just about every contest that exists. So you just download the specific logger that you're going to use. In this case, Winter Field Day. Getting ready for Winter Field Day. This is the one that I'll be using. Right? Let me go up here. Boom. So with this one, it's awesome because you just type in the call sign. Again, I'll just use me. KI6NAZ. Whoops, wrong one. KI6NAZ. I am category 1 outdoor, section LAX. Okay? And it says new contact in LAX. And what's awesome about a contest logger like this is on that left-hand side where it says DX and then 1, 2, 3, 4, those are all the states that break up the different sections, the ARRL sections. So you know exactly what sections you're hitting because when you hit enter, that red LAX will turn into green. I don't want to do that though because, whoops, no, because we're not logging anything today. This is a very simple one. This one's extremely simple. And basically what you do at that point is when you're done, you just go export a diff, and that's what you send to the ARRL when you're updating for the contest, right? This one, if you can, I think it's $50, and you get access to all of their apps, which they have just a ton, and they're all really good. And it's not about the look and feel. This is not the prettiest of UI design or UX design, but it is very, very form specific. It's meeting exactly the goals that you need for connecting to just tracking all these logs and being able to export. So I'm a big fan of N3FJP. Big fan. I know other people use N1MM got mentioned in the chat. Let me pull up the chat again so I can track it. I'm looking at small chat. My eyes are getting too bad for small chat. N1MM is best for contests, says Jonathan Newsom. Well, you can take his word if you like. I personally like N3FJP. Now, I'm usually single operator, so this works perfectly for me. I understand N1NM is a little bit easier to network. Your mileage will vary. I know that N3FJP also will network connections, so I don't know. Just we'll take a little tangent here. Craig Walker asks, how is the FTM 400 working out for you? A review is coming. Spoiler alert, I love it. I love it. It is the best mobile radio I've ever had. It is one of my favorite radios to mess with when I'm on the road, not necessarily driving, but when I'm on the road. I absolutely love the radio. Absolutely. I have no affiliations for this radio. I can't give you a link to say, hey, buy my link. I love it, though. I love it. I wouldn't recommend buying it off of Amazon. Too expensive. Go to like HRO or something. Such a good radio. It's 2 meters, 70 centimeter only. It doesn't allow you to play outside the bands, although I'm sure you can modify it. I think it is awesome. Yep, and Whip Grease says the 400 is getting old in the tooth. It is, but I still think it's a good deal. I like it a lot. Yeah, considering the FT60 is very long in the tooth and still killing it. So anyway, yep. All right. So now, contest logger, pretty straightforward. I think that makes sense. You don't need to do a lot. I will show you. This one is very easy to connect to the rig. And settings setup. That's not it. Where is my rig? I don't want to screw up anything I've done, though, with... yeah. So rig interface looks really complicated. It's not that bad. I'm not going to click any of these things, though, because then it will actually go and mess with it. There was some command read frequency stuff I had to mess with. And some offset stuff in data bits that I had to play with. You know what? Let me. Now would be a good time to mention this. You're not just gonna like trip and fall into a properly interfaced computer with logging software. I know some are easier than others. I think RumLogNG is pretty good, and I gotta say, Radio Deluxe is really good. It's very easy. But there's always some kind of quirks and little kinks you have to like figure out. And I often find simply Googling the logger or the application and your radio and just let it go is the best way to find the answer for it. You often have to go through like 4 or 5 different websites, but yeah, I'm not going to say it's completely easy. I'll say probably the easiest setup is WSJTX on the 7300, on my Zyju X5105, and my LNR LD5. I've had the easiest time setting up WSJTX. Why do I mention that? Because WSJTX has a built-in logger. So if you are operating those digital modes, you can just use that, and you're totally fine. Totally fine. For RIDI Roundup, you don't need anything else other than WSJTX, for example. Or even Field Day. If you're operating the FT8 station, just use WSJTX. I think it should work. The problem that you'll find with the digital modes is if you want to sync that up to the network log for your group or whatnot, you'll have to figure out a solution that does that. Whip Grease says, do you automate your QSO logging for FT8? So I haven't found a way to automate actually logging the QSO. I have I have played around with some things. I made a video not too long ago. I don't know if it's still up. I might have made it private because it was kind of a mess. I used RumLogNG to control WSJTX. So it was actually picking the contacts, the stations that it would try and make a QSO with. And it would fully automate everything except for you clicking the button to log the contact. It made you do that. So you had to sit there and click the log. However, I found it really easy to pop one of my AirPods in my ear, connect it to my computer, walk away, and it tells you now transmitting, and then it says ready to log, and then you just come back and click the button. I'm not going to say that's the right way to do it. It's not. You shouldn't. But I tried it. It does work. It's kind of interesting. Whip Grease says, JT alert output to QRZ LOTW. You can actually load the certs now. I don't log anything anymore other than the click. Yeah, so good point, Whip Grease. Thank you so much. JT alert is a connection or like a hanger-on script for WSJTX, and it will integrate automatically with QRZ and LOTW, which is Logbook of the World. Great app. If you have Windows, absolutely install JT Alert. It is very, very good. I wouldn't necessarily call it a logger, but it fills in a lot of details that WSJTX kind of just leaves out. WSJTX has come a long way to the point that you probably don't necessarily need JT Alert, but it helps out a lot for connecting to clusters or knowing where people physically are at like a list of geographic areas instead of this just explosion of what came in first on your radio on the left panel of WSJTX. It actually just shows you interesting contacts that are far away. You can just go directly to them. So that's a really good option. I do like that a lot, so that's good. Carl has to go. Sorry, Carl. Take it easy. All right. So I think we've beat around the bush long enough. Let's show you how do I close this thing? Oh, I don't, what have I done? Done. Oh, right in the middle of the screen. Don't know about that UI design. All right, I'm going to close this. All right, here you go. The mother, Ham Radio Deluxe. Ham Radio Deluxe, at the time of recording, is $100 to buy it. Ham Radio Deluxe is not a logging software in particular. It has a robust logging software, but it features many other things. It has a tracking software for satellites to actually point the antenna if you have a dual access antenna. It has the logbook. It has DM7850 or 780, which is a CW decoder, and cat control will actually key your radio and send CW out, so you can work CW contests without knowing CW with it. I have had people say that they learned CW by just operating CW with Ham Radio Deluxe. And then you've got a rotor control. It will actually control your rotor. And there's a mapper. There's all kinds of things, which we're going to walk through some of them. Understand, in an hour, I'm just trying to show you options and things that you can take off and learn more yourself. This is, moving forward with ham radio. So I'm giving you the nugget, and you can run from here. Let's see. There is a lagging software for our pod. Oh, logging. Oh, yeah. A Raspberry Pi logging software would be nice. If you find one, that would be great. FL Digi's kind of a clunky monster, though. DX Labs. Chris said DX Labs. Yeah, I don't have any experience with DX Labs. I'm just showing you ones that I feel that I could recommend. I have not played with DX Labs yet, and neither have I played with N1MM. The community out there says those are good, but I usually don't talk about things that I haven't tried out. So just want to say that. Yeah. So, okay, Ham Radio Deluxe. When you start up Ham Radio Deluxe, in fact, you know what? Let's just do that. I'm going to restart this whole thing. Shut her down. Oh, God. Switch off your 7300? No, never. That never gets shut down. All right, so back at the top, go to Ham Radio Deluxe. All right, KI6NAZ. This is my trial on this laptop. I don't have my license pulled over yet. But anyway, we're going to continue. Ham Radio Deluxe. I've already configured my 7300. What's cool about this, what's really cool, okay? One of the things that's a pain in the butt for setting up a logger on Windows is knowing the right socket or right connection serial port you want to use. Click on the serial ports tab when starting HRD, Ham Radio Deluxe, and then click on only ports connected to PC. Boom! It slaps it down. 7300 is the Silicon Laboratories generic USB hub when you install the ICOM drivers. I'm not going to click that because I already have it set up. But if you had a new one, new radio you wanted to connect, most radios are in the drop downs. You just select those. The things you have to figure out is this CIV add number can be different. I don't want to mess with that. I've already got it configured. I'm going to click connect. Okay. This is the, starting. Okay. The digital master, which is DM780. Jonathan asked a very good question I am unequipped to answer. He asked, what's the major differences between the last free version of HRD and the pay version? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. Wish I could tell you. Okay, bud. What just happened here? Okay, so this is the main hub. This is your HRD rig control. This is literally connected to the radio. It is showing you all the different settings on the radio. I am not going to tweak it. I'm not going to mess with it right now because it's basically set up and working. So the next thing I'm going to show you is the logger. Where's my log? Okay, so this is how I like to have it configured. This is also connected to the computer. Good, I'm over the top. The big things I like are the blue marble display, the gray line display, which is over here on the right-hand side, that circle. That is centered on you, and you can't see it if you bring this up full screen. In fact, I'll do that. Well, that wasn't very helpful. I want it bigger than that. That's actually not that bad. I can read it from where I'm at. But this gives you a circle of degrees. The reason you want that is that maps directly to your rotor if you have a Yagi or a beam. So you basically just turn that on, turn that around till you figure out where you want it pointed. We're obviously in the dark side of the earth, so if you're working bands like 40 meters or whatnot, or 80 or up or lower down from there, you would want to point in the areas that you were trying to work. I will change this because I don't like this color. Oh, well, I'll leave it for now. But the center is what you have, the flat earth with the gray line in the middle is showing you the actual settings that are set on the radio. So we're on 7.30 or 7.035 because I was monitoring a CW station. How is Michael Adkins? How did you get that check? What is that? Michael Adkins has a verified check. What does that mean? How did you get that? How did you do that? That's the first person. He has a special thing in the comments. I don't know where that came from. I'm verified. Yes, you are, sir. Congratulations. That's hilarious. I've never seen that. So here in the bottom, next to the blue marble, is the DX cluster. The DX cluster is like Twitter for radio contacts. It tells you where people are working at any given moment, and if it's very funny. I'm still cracking up about why he's verified. That's hilarious. The DX cluster is kind of like Twitter for people that are doing contacts, working contacts, and they give you all kinds of comments. Like there's a Marconi special event station right now. That was actually what I was looking for on 7.35, which is a CW special event. This is an 80-meter CQ special event. And so it's all connected to the internet. That's one of the primary things. And what's cool about it, what makes it very interesting on Ham Radio Deluxe is on the far-hand side of the screen, the one with the vertical line, those are actually the stations that are out there and transmitting. If you look right here, right at this point, if you can see my cursor, those are all the FT8 frequencies, all the channels that are on FT8 right now. The 7.074, those are all FT8. I know we're on CW. We should be on single sideband. Where are you? Sounds like garbage. No, there it is. Anyway, you get the idea. Let's go back to that. Where's that Marconi station? CW. Oh, that's 160. I can't. I can't. I can't into that. All right, we're 5 minutes out from the contest. So if you guys let's see, where are we at? 72 people for the quirky QRP. Very good. And a whole host of other, I don't know if those other ones will work. You got an American flag, you got a pig, you got FCC Baofeng Man. Don't know. 7 minutes until we're there. Contest is in 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Oh, people are coming in like, contest? Zach, can you post the link to the contest? You got 7 minutes to get in on it to win a quirky QRP radio, which is CW only, because it has a built-in keyer. I showed one of these off on a stream basically a year ago. Very cool. A lot of fun. I haven't seen Zach. Where is Zach? Oh, I saw him earlier, but where is he at? Zach, where you at, bro? Can I do this? Okay. I think I did it. All right, I'm entering the link. Here you go. Take the Discord link to the Discord and join there. Go to the giveaway. Click the little horn that says the 75 next to it. Craig Walker, click on the Discord link. Join the Discord. I do it on Discord because it just makes it so much easier. It's impossibly easier. I don't have to play this YouTube comment at whatever game. You can just go right to that, get on the content. There's 175 people watching me right now, and there's only 78 people in the contest. So, just saying. Just saying. I can't find where the Raspberry Pi apps are, but there is an app that literally has a log as an iPod, as an icon, and that is the log. Okay, can't complain with that. Okay. Brad, what did Brad say? Brad, you should have gotten a paper proving that you passed your tech. You should be able to show. Yeah. So people are talking. I don't want to go into a divergent topic here, but because the FCC's down, we're in a situation where the VEs are administering tests, and I think they're submitting them, but we don't know if they have to resubmit them when they start back up. We don't know what's going to happen, so I'm a little worried about that. Okay, well, I didn't actually show logging, so I should actually go back and show you what logging looks like on Ham Radio Deluxe. So anyway, we're on this worldview. If you click this little tab, my logbook. So basically, it's very easy. This one's cleared out because I didn't use it. I haven't used it in a while. Once when I pull the ADIFs out to sync it to the mothership, the RumLogNG, which goes to LOTW and QRZ, I don't add it anymore. I clear them out. So basically, you just go through here. So KI6 NAZ. Oh, again, I'm typing the wrong one. Sorry. KI6 NAZ. So then it'll look up details for me, right? It defaults as the 599 just because that's what most people do in contests, and you can add the details. That's basically all you need for a contact, and you say, okay, done, log it, good. You hit enter, and oh, let me show you this, actually, drag it up. There you go. And you could spot if you want. So you can add details and add it. A spot adds it to the cluster. So if you're running DX or you're trying to do long distance calls, you can hit spot. It'll take your information, which you can set up. And checked out JT. Oh yeah, let me show this. Jason Siebert added a comment. I don't know why it got blocked for a second. He says, check out JT Bridge on Mac OS. It ties everything together like JT Alert, so WSJTX can auto log to RumLog. So WSJTX can automatically log to RumLog without JT Bridge. I've been able to do it for about a year before JT Bridge existed. So there is a way to do it. Michael Adkins says, I've been listening but really want to be able to speak up. What a time! Let's turn on the call. Where is my... Oh, it's not going to be there. Collins. Collins. There you go. You want to call in? Call in. I'll put my headset on and then you can talk. Callers come now. And we are 1 minute and 33 seconds from finding a winner for the QRP. Let me add the image here for the call-ins. Call-ins. So go ahead and call in. And you can tell me how I screwed up. All right, 1 minute, 3 seconds. Let's go back here till we find a winner. All right, who's going to win this bad boy? Oh, Michael Adkins didn't want to call in to me. He just wants to talk to people around him because he got his license. Sure, I get things. I understand things contextually. Appreciate that. Let's finish off this Three Philosophers. Not an incredibly strong alcohol for something in a big bottle like this. I think it's about an 8%, which is still strong. 32 seconds. Why is it not counting? I don't see any counting. $17 seconds. Oh, 97 people blowing up. 17. I don't know what's going on, man. It's super lagged out. I don't know what's happening. 96. 3 seconds. 1 second. Steve VK3FRJH. Steve. Oh, wait. Are you getting that? Yeah, you see it. Okay. You see it. You see it. Steve, you got it. Whew. All right. We got any callers? Caller, come now. Oh! Crap down on me. What the heck? Wait a second. Wait a second. Why did my call end? I have to figure out why that does that. Occasionally it does that if I wait too long. Okay, if you tried to call again. I don't know why it ended. Apologize. Jim, you did not win. Steve won. Do we have Steve in the chat, the YouTube chat? I'd love to hear from him if he was there. Where you at, Steve? Steve! For anybody who's watched Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Because I have kids, little kids, who like strawberry. What strawberry? All right. So there is a bit of a setup to Ham Radio Deluxe, and you can just see it. There's just settings exploding all over this thing. If I were if I were to give you a recommendation on loggers, I would say, even though there's a learning stretch, and if you're on Windows, get Ham Radio Deluxe. Maybe start out with the free version. There is so much packed into this app that... Oh, Steve's in Australia. Wonderful! Thank you, contest bot. Thanks a lot. Now I have to send something to Australia. That's going to cost me... Oh, my God. Steve! Why, Steve? Why? Oh no. That is the... I should have known. I'm like, wait a second. What's up with his... Oh, he's in VK land. Oh no. Not good. Well, shoot. All right, Steve. Hey, so Steve, what you got to do is you got to send me a message on Discord with your upside down LAN address you want me to send the quirky... Oh, I didn't even do it yet. We got a big thing I got to do here. So we didn't figure out what band Steve's getting. So here's my bag. Oh, we got a caller. Caller, we'll pick up the caller. Hey, caller, go ahead.
Hey, Steve, I won?
This is not Steve. This is Whip Grease.
Yes, sir. How's it going?
What's up, man? So okay, so we got a bag. So I'm holding up a bag full of these quirky QRPs. I reached in. There's 2 in here. I'm just picking a random band. We're gonna see what Steve's getting. What's Steve getting? Okay, Steve. Let's see.
Come on, let's see what Steve won.
He's got the 21 megahertz. What is that? 17, 15?
Oh, lucky. So you just hook up a little 9-volt battery to those guys, and off you go?
That's it. Look, check this out.
That's pretty sweet.
And it's got the keyer attached to it.
Slick. I love it. Absolutely love it.
So that's 15, right? I think 15. Okay, I got to make a note of that. Steve wins 15. Steve. How's it going, man? What's up?
So, hey, on these loggers, one thing I noticed a lot of them don't do is, like, auto XML lookups for the contact. So once you've asked the guy, like, hey, who is this? He says, name's Bob, and you get it wrong, you kind of got to back out and redo it. So are there any that are linking automatically into, like, a QRZ XML lookup for names and stuff when you're contesting?
Yeah. They all RumLog will search QRZ, Ham Radio Deluxe will search QRZ, the contest logger, the N3FJP will do it. I mean, even I'll switch it back over to my my phone. Oh, the SoCal Prospectors Club meeting is going on right now. I haven't been able to go back to that in a long time. So if I go back here, so if I just say KI6NAZ and I look it up, it tells you the name, it shows up, Josh Nass. So you just click that button and boom, it pulls it up.
Interesting, yeah. So like a lot of the logging stuff that we use even in the station here, you basically either get it right or you don't get it right. You've got to re-enter a lot of times. So
the name?
There are some
like the first name?
What's that?
You're saying the first name?
Yeah, just like confirming the name when you're logging. Like QRZ, if you actually do it off the website, you sort of have to next in and then look it up. Like Log4OM is really weird because you have to do the lookups after, and I thought HRD made you do the lookup after it was already logged in, and then you had to basically fix it or do a manual lookup on the HRD.
Well, no, I don't think so. Let me go back to HRD. So I go to Logbook. I'm gonna add.
Yeah. Now that said, I haven't actually. I used HRD for like a month and then stopped using it because I was doing the automated just EQIcell and stuff, and then we were using the logging system in the station for contests, but. It seemed like you had to actually click the find or the lookup before it would pull their name.
Really? Oh, I see.
Yeah. So so click lookup above, like on the where you put the call sign in on the right. That's finding. So that's finding it in the log. But if you hit lookup, then you'll actually get the name link if it's linked to like QRZ XML.
Well, it doesn't seem to be doing it right now. I don't know what's going on.
Do you have
It used to work.
Link?
It used to work, so I don't know. But
yeah, so that's just one thing I noticed with those is like there's a bunch that don't do the auto lookup when you're typing their call sign in.
So let me show you what happens with. So if I do, can I? You mind me using your call sign or no?
Yeah, use it, whatever.
So if I go down here, because I've worked you before, I don't even have to type in your full call sign. I just type in Keck. That's how I know. That's how I know I'm on the right track. So if I click that, then it boom, Tyler. In Calgary.
Okay, yeah. So it pulls it up.
Yeah.
But is that your pre? No, I actually did look it up in RumLog. That's interesting.
Yeah. So if I type in VA6 KEK and tab. It'll fill in the details for the location in the log. So I agree with you, though. Having the ability to pull in the details from something like QRZ, which is like Facebook for ham radio, having the ability to pull that in is extremely useful. With that also, well, let me back up here. Because you don't really need that, though, in a contesting log.
No, not really. Like, you don't need it on there, but when you're DXing and just trying to, you're trying to go as quick as you can, not being able to confirm the name, you tend to find that you get a bunch of miss. mislog stuff, and then guys will be coming back trying to confirm. Like they'll be sending you a QSO confirmation. So I think RumLog honestly is probably something that it's one of the ones I didn't look at, Hosh, and I probably should because my primary laptop is a Mac.
Oh.
And if it's doing the auto lookups for me right there, plus it looks like on the screenshots it's all like that you were showing there. It's showing the actual target, so that's really good for the rotators to get the direction. So I might just switch over to that instead of messing around with HRD or any of the other ones.
So basically, I think that the initials it pulled it from the actual app. Let's do yours. What is it? KA6? No. VA6.
VA6.
KK. See, it automatically put in AB for me. I didn't even have to put in AB.
Yeah.
You're category 1 outdoors because you're gonna work mobile, right? So, yeah. I guess I don't need all those details. I could look that up, but I don't need it.
No, you don't. You probably don't need it for a contest. It's just when you're getting the wrong call sign, which it does happen.
Sure.
When you're rolling really fast on a contest.
Yeah.
But I mean, RumLog would work fine because you're staying on the same frequency. It doesn't matter. You're 590 everybody because honestly, who gives an honest signal report on a contest anymore, right? So
yeah.
RumLog would work fine, and then you just export it out.
At the same time, though, I really like using the N3FJP software. It's super easy. You type, and it's all tab. You don't have to mouse anything. So when I'm done here, I just go right back, and I can start typing it. Well, I can't now. There you go. I just double tabbed, and I'm right back in it. So I can type KI6NAZ. I'm Cat 1 Outdoors, LAX. Boom, hit enter, and then I'm right back in. I can do the next call. So there's no moving the mouse. It knows what you want to do, right? So then I can just click it and then I can delete it right there. So if you want, okay.
Yeah, that's pretty killer actually. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to play with both and see how they go. I'll probably go line up 20 tomorrow and I'll run them both. I'll take I've got a Surface that is sort of just sitting in the truck for the noise hunting that we were talking about. But that said, I'll probably rip both of these and just see how they go. But it's a good thing that I tuned in again after you've been bugging me for so many times to do it because I think RumLog might be a real good solution. And I have messed around with N3, but it wasn't something that I stuck with because I wasn't doing a lot of contesting. So I'm gonna circle back and check those out. Honestly, it was a good time to tune in. That's for sure.
Bob's in Bakersfield. Bob, you're so close to my house. Just drive down here. It's only like 2 hours. I got a room you can crash in if you need a bed. Where's Bob? He's PAC? No, he's not PAC. He's SF. So yeah, so Bob, K6. Okay, so there you go. So very straightforward. Oh, my dog is giving me the it's time to end the stream. All right, KEK, I'm gonna let you go. I gotta wrap things up over here. I'll catch you on the Discord chat. You going over there?
Yeah, I'll head over there, man. I got you 5-9 QSL.
5-9, hi OM. Good luck in the contest.
Hi, LOL.
Good luck in the contest.
Yeah.
All right. So I got one more thing to do. I had to move things around. I appreciate all the patrons. Seriously, guys, there's so many things that have been possible this last year, strictly through the support I've got. I made the names bigger by moving them into 3 columns. Thank you again. William Horton, Chris Ebert, Carrie Blackwell, who was in the chat. Thank you so much, Carrie. Jason Brown, Jason Siebert, who I saw earlier, David Dancero, Danny Miller, and I hope all you're going to the Discord after chat because that's where you get your sweet patron name. Franklin Miller, Franklin Lewis, Michael Nieswender, Brad Snyder, Gareth Broadhead, Dennis Dunderdale, Anthony, Justin Blackburn, Garrett Larson, the infamous No Name, Dean Johnson, Ben Kellum, Dennis Mickelson, there he is, George Gaini, Andy, Kenny Miyamoto, Ton. I think it's supposed to be Tom. Sorry, Ton. Michael Baxter, someone said, is that some kind of call for Last Man Standing? Because is his name Mike Baxter? I think it is. I don't know. Maybe that's like secret ICOM support, right? ICOM is the one that puts the messages, puts the radios out for Last Man Standing. Maybe I've got undercover support from ICOM right now. Devin B. Hedge, Richard Dragon, KG6WFR, Mark Chase, Mark McCarty, Julian OHSTN. Please go check out his last video. It's very good. Raymond Cracker, Geraldo Kelso, Bo Brewer, Corey Sheldon, Brad Nadal. Oh, and the Brew Crew's not there, but of course the Brew Crew. I do want to say, we got Bob in the chat, K6UDA. Go watch his video, because I'm in his video, and I think I did a really good job, and he did an amazing job, so make sure you go check his stuff out if you haven't. I am Josh, KI6NAZ. I super appreciate all of you. I've got some special videos coming up pretty soon. Very excited about them that we will have a ton of fun with. There's James Hannibal, the maker of the Quirky QRP keychain. Thank you so much, James. And he happens to also, swear to God, not staged, the winner of the Yaesu FT70, so I hope he's having fun with it. My dog is crying at the door. I think she's going to pee on the floor if I don't go. Give me 5 minutes and I'll be on Discord. The link is in the description. I will talk to you there. Take it easy. See ya.